Looks like.
There's the photographer.
And we don't pick them, but the big orchards, they do pick them. They pick them because they got cooler. Hi.
Hello.
We pick them when they're ready to go.
Okay, so you don't we're not right, we still need more.
Oh, they're really big.
So are you
9:30?
No.
I think she should be.
Is this
This is a, yes, you should be in the picture, so.
I'm a creature.
Someone else can take it.
What happens when you get old?
This is population today.
I almost forgot, other than, when you did general last night, you used mine.
We can't
All
use the
right.
phone.
That's right.
Good morning. I'll officially call this meeting of the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to order for Tuesday, August 9th. Join us for the pledge, please. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Zoller will lead us with the prayer.
Dear Lord, let's bow our heads. Dear Lord, thank you for the wonderful weather that we have. We would ask for a little rain to help the farmers out. We ask for your strength and your blessing as we, my fellow commissioners and I, as we go through the responsibilities of our job to lead Seneca County and be good stewards of the taxpayers' money. In your name, amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Stacy?
Here.
Commissioner Zoller?
Here.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Here.
Okay, we'll have the signing of the journal. And I'll accept a motion to approve the DVD recording of the previous board session from Tuesday, August 2nd, and the written index from that meeting.
I will so move. Seconded.
A motion and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Approved. Thank you. All right, first we'll do any adjustments to the printed agendas or anything anyone wants to add for printed agenda.
I would like to bring everyone up to date on the Pat Cheller Group, our lobbying group in Columbus, please.
Okay, and that'd be under old business.
Yes.
I think it would be interesting for the public to know that the courthouse project is in 2 phases or 3 phases on the bidding process. Was
Okay.
it 2 or 3 phases, and that the first phase has been let out, but the second phase,
Okay.
just kind of an overview of that from the public's perspective.
Let's put Justice Center down. And then under new business, I'll add about some representatives to an effort of SIDEC on the branding initiative. David had communicated with me that they're looking for some folks, and I told him I'd share that this morning, so I will update on that. Okay, anything else? Tanya,
Just
did
the
you-
resolution or the acknowledgement here, proclamation.
And do we want to do we do that at the end of the meeting, or do you want to do that early because you got other places to go?
I think we'd like to do it early so
Okay,
they
we'll do that.
can, they can make a decision to stay or not stay at that
And
point.
see how exciting things
Yeah.
are. All right, well, let's begin with that. Let's do the
All right, why,
proclamation presentation.
Mark, why don't you introduce your guests and.
Well, I'm gonna bring up Bernie Steinmetz and Maria Paradiso Brown, because they're part of the committee and for the Patriot Day salute. And I hope
That's
everybody in
great.
here knows about the Patriot Day salute. Does anybody not know about it? Okay, that's good news.
Yeah, come on up, let's formally do this so that,
Could we have someone take a picture while we're doing this?
sure.
I'm gonna use this for advertisement.
There you go. Well, you guys are the most important, so you can get that picture of them, okay.
That's right.
Well, we on the 12th of July, actually, put this together, we being all 3 commissioners, and I'd like to read it at this point. Whereas September 11th, 2016 marks the 15th anniversary of the 9/11 terrorist attacks that claimed the lives of nearly 3,000 Americans, and whereas Tiffin native Brigadier General, U.S. Army retired Mark Scheid is spearheading a community Patriot Day salute celebration that will honor first responders from Tiffin and the surrounding area, and whereas military personnel and veterans, police officers, fire and rescue teams, and hospital employees will be honored, and whereas we, the Seneca County Board of Commissioners, encourage all citizens of Seneca County to participate in showing support of all our first responders, and now therefore be it resolved that this Board of Commissioners, Seneca County, Ohio, be, and it does, hereby commend and honor Mark Scheid for his hard work and dedication for the Patriot Day Salute celebration and remembering the lives lost September 11, 2001. Patriots Day Salute 2016. In witness hereof, the Board of Seneca County Commissioners, Holly M. Stacy, Fred Zoller, and Mike Kirschner, set our hand and caused the great seal of the county to be affixed to this proclamation. So, this is for you, Mr. Scheid, and thank you to you and your committee.
All right, maybe I'll turn this way.
Yeah, we'll get in there.
I got Fred photobombing it back there, I gotta be careful.
That is great.
There you
Thank you
go.
very much.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate this. And
You
like I
bet.
said, this is a group effort here.
Yeah, I'm sure
that's
that
all
is.
coming out. so I
Congratulations.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
I know it's
Yes.
been a tough.
Thanks
you
for
very
all the
much.
work on this, and we're certainly promoting
There you
it
go.
as
I
much
know
as
it's
we
fine.
can with
Doing
things
fine.
too, because
Sure. Thank you.
it's gonna be a good day.
Thank
Lots
you.
of great stuff.
Anything else?
Congratulations, Bernie.
Thank you.
All right, Mark, congratulations.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate that very much. Thanks again, Mike.
Congratulations. I go way back that gentleman in kindergarten.
Leave it alone.
Okay, Justice Center. Okay, that was, we added under old business. So,
Yeah, it was the 2 phases or 3 phases that the contracts were being let out for.
the way the way the contractor, Gilbane, is handling it, they've got it broken down to different parts, but there was 2 phases to the GMP.
Okay,
Site-
so,
Site work in the building.
yeah, so,
There's the site work, the
so,
building, and then there's like the fixture, there's a couple other little contracts
Right.
that they are doing all the pre-qualifying for and
Mhm.
selecting their people based on
And
that.
the reasoning was that we wanted to try to fast track this because we could get all the plans approved for the site work more quickly than we could for everything else. So while the site work plans have been approved, the other plans are with state to be approved as well.
absolutely, but from the public standpoint, House Construction was awarded the contract for phase 1. The phase 2 is being completed now,
Klaus was awarded for major portions of phase
Yeah.
1.
Yeah,
There are
yeah.
other subs that'll be in there.
yeah, but then phase 2 was still out for bid yet, so from the local standpoint and from the potential contractors and bidders on the job, the whole project has not been let out yet, so they're still open for bid.
I've got the breakdown of that list that Gilbane provided us, and it showed, yeah, early site development was awarded to Klaus. The next part, forget how it was titled, but that was also awarded to Klaus. And then it listed all of the other things, right, right down to the firework, fire, systems, suppression
We
system and that
actually,
stuff.
we actually added some subs that weren't on that list, and we made comments about other subs that we knew about.
Yeah. So that's that's where those things are at. Okay, anything else, Justice Center? Okay. I guess I'll add about the Justice Center. The effort to get ideas of what should be included in a time capsule is still out there for anybody to obviously give us suggestions. And we need to follow up with, but the Tiffin Historic Trust and the Seneca County Historical Society were the groups that were gonna kind of collaborate together and get others, if anybody wanted to participate. Look through that list. If we don't get the suggestions, generate a list of what would be the items and determine those things. So they will be doing that. The current little suggestion box that looks like the law books is over at the library here on Jefferson Street. And so it's, they're kind of promoting it, continuing that effort from the fair, so forth, and figured by the end of the month, and we'll give what we have to that group, and they'll keep working on those efforts, so.
Good.
Right, as far as the other thing, Batchelder Group would be old business?
Yes. I just wanted to update the group on, on the Batchelder Group and our lobbying efforts. I know that you've all received some emails from these folks, but just so everybody's aware, 3 of the issues that they're concentrating on for us is number 1, and not in any particular order of importance, but number 1, the voting machine upgrade. We've talked about this in this meeting a number of times. There is a lot of talk in Columbus about what type of machine the state would like to have statewide. They have not decided that. They are also getting cost estimates, that being the state. And they'll start to build a coalition to support a statewide effort and to decide how much subsidy will be given to the counties to upgrade those. I've had some comment from the general public about to make sure there's an audit trail of the votes. They really feel there ought to be some type of paper entry as well as a electronic entry. The transportation project, we did have a meeting with Representative Reineke yesterday, we being David Zach, the mayor, and myself. The main issue here is that we need to come up with a priority list of things we want done, and that we're all singing out of the same hymnal. We're working diligently on that so we can get Representative Reineke and Senator Burke that list so they can speak on our behalf. And I've got to say that Representative Reineke is just doing a fabulous job when it comes to representing Seneca County. You know, as we all know, he's gotten us the money for the museum, and he's also advocating for some infrastructure improvement for the county. Medicaid sales tax, for those of you that don't know, the proposal is to cut the taxes that they had. The taxes on Medicaid are no longer going to exist as sales tax. That means about $800,000 to this county, Seneca County. It's the same situation in all 88 counties, but the state has realized that they have cut local funding significantly over the last few years. And they are looking at a couple of different ways to hopefully generate enough to make up for this. But they have stated that it will not be an all-at-once kind of a cut. It'll be a multi-year phase-out for us. So with their recognition of significant reductions or elimination of local government revenue sources, they are cognizant of the fact that this would put too much of a burden on the counties, so they're looking at different alternatives. And that's really the gist of where we're at. The Bell Shelter Group is working on these three issues along with others. These are the three priorities that they're talking about. And they bring us in to talk to either elected officials or department heads in Columbus as necessary.
And I'm not sure if I'm remembering correctly, but what scares me on one, we don't want the cut anyway on that tax because of the impact to the local governments, to us at that level. But when they've phased out in the past, I'm thinking, don't they end up accelerating those sometimes? Or I don't know, I could be wrong, but it seems like I'm remembering when they've done that before, they've accelerated it, and then you take the hit faster than you think you're going to, and so
Yeah, it's all in
I'm
the
glad
discussion.
they're working on it.
I mean, they're talking about replacing it with a couple of things. I really don't want to mention those because that'll
Yeah.
possibly harm somebody else. But hopefully it won't have as severe an impact as everybody is calculating.
All right. Good update. We had on the printed agenda, the Museum Advisory Board, and I had that added for the purpose that we would remember that we need to have our commissioner representatives to be on that group. The Barnstein's Museum, Seneca County Museum Foundation has provided their names. We've got to get the 3 names from the Historical Society. Their deadline is Monday, with the hope that we would pass that resolution that simply appoints all of those 9 individuals to serve on that advisory board. So we will need our names as well. So I don't know if anybody has gotten any names from anybody. We can turn them into Nikki. She doesn't have 3, she can remind us that we still need those, or what we want to do with that,
We
so.
did get a recommendation that was emailed to us.
You've got one, okay,
And I forwarded that to Nikki.
okay, so you've got,
Not to Nikki, to Stacy, I'm sorry. So
Okay.
Stacy.
Okay.
Stacy, Nicole, Nikki, Kelly, whatever it is.
okay.
Stacy Wilson has that.
Stacy has it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And Chuck, because he has helped us with some strategic plan for the county, but he's also transitioned helping with the
Right.
museum, is interested if we wanted to make him appointment
Mhm.
as one of ours, and we'll still need another one. So if we need to think about that and have names by next Tuesday,
Chuck Christian is offered to be on this advisory
he's
board.
accepted. And when I said, if we would like to appoint you, since you've been helping out, and would you consider that? And he said, yes. So,
And how many commissioners are gonna be on it? They want all?
None of us, three representatives. That
Okay, we
that send.
appoint, but none of the commissioners has to be on it.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah. So. like
I
said,
do
we'll-
think during the transition period, Holly, that it would be good, at least for the first 6 months or year, that you sit on that board.
That one, I can be one of the three.
Yes, that would be my suggestion.
I don't think there's anything in the way it's set up to prohibit that.
I don't think so. You
I'll-
can
I'll
just
check
do
that
the
one here.
one-year term.
Okay, I mean, I just think it'd be a lot smoother transition because we're going from, you know, a plan, a strategic plan, an implementation of that plan, and then into the plan. So it would make sense that somebody that was there from the beginning ought to carry that through.
And there, it is set up to ask those groups to stagger their representatives
Right.
so that not everybody's gonna go off at the same time, because otherwise they were
We're
gonna
talking
be
about 1, 2,
three.
3-year terms,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. So, okay, good. So hopefully we can do that next week, because with that, Charlene at Regional Planning had came across some grant opportunities with the Ohio Ohio Historical Society. And so under this Ohio History Grant opportunities, there's one. It's not a huge amount of money, however, it's for organizational development. So we're kind of at a key point that we might be a good applicant for that, for a little bit, whether it's training dollars or whatever we see we might have a need for. So I'm gonna look at that further and see if we think we can meet the deadline of having that done. And especially if we're gonna have the advisory committee named, that would tie right in with this, because this is an early September deadline.
Yeah, and, you know, they really look more favorably on those applications that are leveraged, so, you know, that, and we fortunately have a willing group that has helped us in the past, so we
Yep.
can appropriate some funds.
Yep.
That would be great.
And when we did the passage of all of the position description, the advisory board bylaws, and the cooperative agreement, that cooperative agreement we haven't signed yet, so Nicole will get, when we get the approved by Derek's signature on we had a couple minor changes, so he has to do that again. We will get the signatures on all of that, and that, once we have that, then there's also a financial commitment. I believe that monies could be used as the 20% match.
Leverage, yeah.
Yep, along with other things, so that would be good.
So, you did mention the job description. Where are we
Yeah.
at with that process?
The thought with the group was once we want to get that first advisory board, get the advisory board named, get the first meeting in August, so that then we can have an outline of what the advertising plan is, make sure that group's aware of that, and we want to engage that group for the screening process, and then we'd have a different interview committee.
Perfect, okay,
So we'll keep it moving as soon as we can get that group together.
very good.
All right. That's it for old business. We'll go, anything else for old? Go to new business. I'll cover the branding thing just so we don't forget it, and we'll hit the printed agenda. SIDEC started this initiative back in 15. It got put on hold for a number of reasons, but they're picking it back up now to move forward and put out a request for proposals for developing a branding strategy formulation and brand identity and collateral strategy as well is kind of what they're looking at. It's hard to explain unless you sat and studied stuff on branding quickly, but anyway, he's got the whole proposal together. He's asking us for some representatives to sit on the review of this, through this RFP process. I had suggested regional planning because of the county-wide perspective that she has on everything, and he liked that idea because he was at the regional planning meeting last week, and he asked me about this right after the meeting. So I suggested Charlene as one, but he wants a couple other folks. I sat on it before. I don't have to sit on it again. Somebody else can do that, but he wants two folks. So I don't know if either one of you want to do that, and then we need someone else, if it's a commissioner and somebody else.
I'd be
We can
glad, I'd be
decide.
glad to sit on that.
Okay, all right. Fred, it'll be you, Charlene, and then we need one more person. That
I
will
think
be-
that, yeah, okay, all right. We'll have that discussion.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think there'll be more stuff after that, but I think it's just to get through that part, so, of the RFP process review, working with that, reviewing those committees and stuff.
So this committee is really there to
Professionals.
establish the branding of SIDEC.
Branding for all things Seneca County, in a sense. They were talking about initially, having that strategy about branding is, don't know if it's possible, but is it possible to have a branding that is all Seneca County, but yet, this organization will have their own logo and look, but so you don't have things that look alike and cause confusion, and have things that do kind of flow well
Like
together.
the branding, we're called the education community. That's-
Things like that,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Yep. Yep. That's the path, so. All right, so we have another name, we need to let David know. All right, then, nothing else, we'll go with new business and start with the bill vouchers.
So we have bill vouchers, we have a supplement to the permanent appropriations to the SFY 17 Community Corrections Grant Fund 1191, putting $10.20 in hospitalization. Authorizing appropriation adjustment within the general fund. This is moving $5,000 from insurance premium to other expenses. The county taxes were higher this year, and therefore I do not have enough to get through the remainder of the year. Supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Metro Law Enforcement Trust Fund for $21,000 to equipment. This is for purchase of a new vehicle. Supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Sewer District Fund 4139 for putting $10,000 into the Urigal supply line. Supplement to the permanent appropriations for the Sewer Replacement and Improvement Fund, putting $10,000 into the Urigal capital improvement line. Supplement to the permanent appropriations to the to the Maintenance and Repair Fund 1020, putting $10,000 in the contract project bridges line.
Is all the resolutions, do I have a motion?
Make a motion that we approve the resolutions as outlined.
Second.
Okay. A motion and a second to approve the resolutions as outlined. Any comments, questions, concerns from anybody?
Don, you said that the sales tax was, explain that.
The property tax, if I said sales tax, I'm sorry, the property
You did say
taxes
sales,
were
yeah.
higher this year than they've
Okay.
been in
The
some of
county's property.
County's portion.
ate up about half of the PO just in the property tax. We'll adjust our budget next year for that.
Okay. Call the roll, please.
Commissioner Kirschner?
Yes.
Commissioner Zoller?
Yes.
Commissioner Stacy?
Yes. All approved, thank you. All right. No further business. Opportunity for citizens' comments.
I have a couple.
Oh, you got a couple things?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Sorry.
Got a call from Dawn at Soil and Water about the annual meeting. She was wondering who was gonna be attending.
When is it?
I don't know.
I can tell you because I put it on my calendar.
Okay.
I think I already filled out my RSVP. They had sent us individual forms.
Yes, she had mentioned that when she called. She just said, at the point I talked to her the other day, she had not heard from anyone.
I believe it's the, I want to say the 20, it's Farm Bureau and the Soil Conservation Service meeting together.
What is it?
I'm looking. I thought it was the 25th, but. Yes,
No, I can't make it.
yep.
8:25?
It's August 25th, 6 o'clock at
What day of the
the
week is
Opportunity
that?
Center.
What day of the week is that?
It is a Thursday.
Thursday.
So if you could just let me know and I'll let her know.
Yes, I thought I got sent mine back, but maybe I didn't.
Unless it cross paths.
Yeah. All right.
And then I also have a notice for the Patriot Day Salute Parade. Wanting to know if you guys want to be in it.
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't
I'll
hear the
letter,
question.
whatever.
I didn't hear the
Oh,
question.
Patriot Day Salute Parade.
September 11th
On the
at
11th, on September.
What, if we're gonna be in it, or
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
We'll fill this out and get it in.
12:45?
Lineup is at 12:45 and moves out at 1:30.
We need an appropriate vehicle.
All right.
We'll get Reineck, I'll get with Reineck, he's good.
He wanted an old Jeep, so I was gonna ask about getting one if he had one.
It's like the
Are you
same-
serious?
Yeah, that's
No?
what Mike wanted to do.
I'm gonna walk anyway. I know you're gonna be in the seat.
Red, white, and blue is the theme. No political campaigning. No throwing candy from vehicles. Walk alongside to pass out.
No
So
candy.
pretty much the same as all the other.
And
parades.
what time is it?
Lineup is at 12:45 at St. Joseph's Church
12:45.
on September 11th. that is all I have.
All right, thank you.
These in this, those are separate.
Okay.
I just have a reminder of the OSS meeting tomorrow at 8:30.
Yeah,
Are we all three gonna go to that?
I am not. You guys are
Okay.
both
All
going?
right, yeah,
Mike and I will be going to that,
Okay.
because I got a text from somebody.
Nick?
Is that, oh, is that you?
Yep.
Thought I was going.
From the call.
Somebody.
From somebody.
It didn't
Nicole,
say-
Kelly,
it didn't
George,
say
whatever you want
Nikki.
to call her.
It didn't say Nikki.
I feel love, guys, it's all right.
All right. Is that all the business?
That's all I have.
Now we have an opportunity for citizens' comments. Do we have any comments, questions, concerns from the citizens? Anybody wants to? Mr. Kerrigan?
Yes, how are you guys today?
Great.
Good, it's been a great summer so far.
Yeah, it is.
Well, Commissioners, today I come here to voice my concerns about an issue that I became aware of through an article in the AT a few weeks ago. A statement was made during the Commissioners meeting that we will pay you $37,500 for management fee, but not $33,000 in legal fees that you incurred. Later, that statement was rescinded, and the Commissioner then stated we will have the prosecutor review this contract and offer his opinion to the Commissioners. The contract in question was for the Joint Justice Center, identified as a project between Seneca County and NCOESC. Total amount of said project, as stated in the contract, was $8,750,000. What is in question is that there is a $500,000 currently available, plus another $500,000 shortly thereafter, according to NCOES. NCOES wants Seneca County to take the initial $500,000, which will entitle them to a commission, a management fee of 7.5%, which equals $37,500. Yes, Seneca County, a sec here. Yes, Seneca County pays NCOES $37,500 up front. Then Seneca County receives the $500,000. Nowhere in the contract does it state free money, as was echoed by one of the Commissioners. It clearly states throughout the contract, 0% loan. A loan that repayment begins 1 year after completion and is to be completed in 10 years. In addition, the contract clearly states that this loan is for the Joint Justice Center. It does not mention any other project. In addition, no formal letter of agreement, letter of intent, or any other contract can be found where a representative from Seneca County ever signed any type of agreement with the NCOES for this loan that they were approved for and are demanding compensation. What baffles me is that the current Joint Justice Center has a price tag of $14 million, with Seneca County paying $11 million, and the City of Tiffany contributing an amount not to exceed $3 million. This project was funded through county and city cash, with the addition of selling bonds on the open market to finance the balance of the current Joint Justice Center. Now there is an attempt to use funds from the state of Ohio for a project that no longer exists. A project that is identified in the contract for the price tag of $8,750,000. The county prosecutor did review this contract at the request of the Commissioners and offered his opinion as follows, quote, "There is no legal justification for payment of these fees. None of the work was done for the benefit of Seneca County," end of quote. This is in reference to the $32,280.64 in legal fees NCOESC is demanding the county repay them. In addition, the county prosecutor stated, in quotes, "It seems illogical to attempt to access a zero-interest loan for $500,000 when it includes fees of nearly $70,000. It is not clear to me what efforts are going to be undertaken by NCOES to justify a $37,500 administration fee." As you can see, the county prosecutor has serious issues concerning this contract and its cost to Seneca County. So here's another option that has been brought to the Commissioner's attention. Change the project name from Joint Justice Center to another project title. I'll suggest East Tower project, just to get the topic out in the open. However, things need to be completed when submitting a new project name or title. Purpose and scope of project, estimates to refurbish, remodel a specific structure, and estimates to construct a new facility. Which option is most cost effective? Can this project be justified? 2 members of the COG would need to agree with this project in writing. Knowing the city of Tiffin is a member of this COG and would sign without hesitation, then the search for additional members to sign would all that would be required. So the question must be asked out in the open. Why have discussions and meetings taking place behind closed doors concerning expenditures of county funds for a pet project, when these discussions should have been held out in the open for all to know and discuss? Is Seneca County a cash cow that after spending $11 million on a joint justice center that now can be on the hook for another $8 million for a project that appeases the demands and heals the wounds of less than 1% of the county population? Would it not be wiser to invest in the immediate needs of the county, EMS, EMTs, law enforcement, and other services provided to the county residents as a whole? Is it wise to saddle the county with a huge debt starting in about 3 years and shortchanging the basic services of the county to its residences? The efforts by a limited group of individuals to remove the current RTA building because they declare it to be an eyesore and does not fit with the theme of downtown Tiffin should not justify the expenditure of county funds to move the offices currently residing in the RTA to East Tower. Landowners of downtown Tiffin must be held responsible first to improve and maintain their buildings, and then and only then should the county openly discuss options for the RTA. A handful of property owners have stepped forward and made significant improvements to the buildings, but those who have not is far greater than those who have. The county has been a good neighbor to the city of Tiffin, but these continuous attacks to use county funds for their pet projects needs to cease. Commissioners, financial decisions need to be made based on what is most beneficial to the county as a whole, not based on emotions or personal commitments made to others. Commissioners, you represent the county first, and the needs of the county must come before any other wishes or demands. I ask that you honor your oath when you took office and represent the residents of Seneca County properly, and your decisions not be based on outside factors. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you, Kevin. I don't know if maybe we've got questions for Mr. Carradine.
Well, there are a number of issues that he discusses within the oration there. I don't know we can address all of them. I can just tell you that to make certain that we all separate an administrative fee from what the attorney's fees were. The fact of the matter is that if, I had stated that $500,000 loan is difficult to walk away from, even with a administrative fee of 7.5%, because that means the cost of the money over that period of time is 0.75% a year. It's very difficult to walk away from $500,000 at a cost of 0.75%. Again, there are all kinds of issues that you may or may not want to read this over and take exception with, but as I've said before, you're entitled to your opinion, but you're not entitled to your facts, and some of the facts are a bit distorted here.
Further comments?
Yeah. We have asked the COG to separate the attorney's fees and the administrative fees. To separate that. Right now, we're dealing with just strictly the administrative fees, not the attorney's fees. That will be discussed at a later date. So I have reached out to Dr. Lahosky, and we played some phone tag, and we were supposed to converse on this, but the attorney's fees are off the table at this point.
Yeah, I mean, as far as I know, there is no emotion involved with this. There has been no personal guarantees to anyone about anything. from a financial standpoint. We have indeed called the state to figure out what our alternatives are if we're not able to consummate the $500,000 loan with the COG as the writer of that grant or that loan. And there is a second round that's coming up here in November that we could name 5 different partners. I think there's 5 or 6 partners named in this $500,000 one. We can name other partners and reapply, and the odds are pretty good that we'd receive it. So we have looked at a number of alternatives. To suggest that there's any personal interest in this is just absurd, absolutely absurd.
To also, I mean, I must add, because I was, the first day as I became a commissioner, and that we were working on this project with the judges, SIDEC, Port Authority, a group of us, and if it wasn't for the COG to really get this thing moving, I don't think we would be where we are today now. So there is some, in my mind, some compensation that needs to be done to the COG for what they've helped us through this project. Now, not all that they're asking for, but certainly, again, I sat through numerous meetings for 2 years that the COG facilitated it and kept us moving on it now. So, but I agree with Commissioner Kirsten, there is no personal issues here. This is strictly, it's a business deal. It's a business deal. And I feel from a business standpoint, they are entitled to some compensation. Now, some is a big word, so that's why the suggestion was, let's separate this right now, attorney's fees and administrative fees. How we work that out, again, I have reached out to Dr. Lahosky to discuss this in detail.
Any further citizens' comments at this time? Okay, seeing none.
Move for adjournment.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded to adjourn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
11:36, we stand adjourned. Thank you.